record. There we go. Okay, we're recording and you can start if you want.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say that I'm really sorry that I had to kind of back out of being the host of tonight's team Zoom. I haven't been feeling great in the last 2 days, and on top of it, we are traveling over to the Oregon coast for Mother's Day weekend. So I'm in and out of service, but in a way, I'm actually really excited about this because for a change, you don't have to hear from me. You actually get to hear from Kim. And if you guys don't know who Kim is, get really familiar and get cozy. She likes questions. She's a mom of 3 boys, Hudson, Brendan, and Colby. She married her high school sweetheart, Jimmy, who is one of my favorite people, actually. I've personally known Kim since middle school, and I'm not going to even tell you how long ago that was. But it was a long time ago, and we were not friends for a majority.
Uh-oh. We were not friends. I like that that's where we left off. We lost Julie. She's right. We weren't really like friends in middle school. We played high school softball together and stuff, but we really reconnected honestly when I was on my own start to my fitness journey back in 2014, beginning of 2014. And so she's going to hop back on. Oh, no, that's Sarah. So I think it's really cool, and I don't know what she was going to say about that, and I'm okay with her not getting to introduce me much more. But what's really cool is that, you know, this is, Julie and I are people that, you know, we went to school together, we grew up together, and yet weren't necessarily in the same circle.
Hang on. Sorry, Kim. I'm back.
Back. Dang it. Oh. Shoot. Well, go ahead then.
Can you hear me, Kim?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm on Interstate 84, which is ridiculous that I lost service. I wrote this out, dang it, and I'm going to read it. So, anyway, sorry about that, guys. But what I was saying is that I've known Kim since middle school, and for a majority of the time that we've known each other, we were acquaintances, and it wasn't until we both were right smack in the middle of adulthood, being moms, that we really connected, and our friendship has just grown since then. We're both stay-at-home moms. And during this time that Kim and I have connected and become closer, she is someone who used to think she was going to be a business professional wearing a suit, and it turns out she's a business professional who hardly ever wears pants, and if they are pants, they're spandex. She's really funny. She's very intelligent. She's an overthinker. She's always real. She's now a diamond coach in this business, which is a big deal. She's finished more workout programs than I can count, including 21 Day 6, Hammer and Chisel, P90X3. She's also slowly dipping her feet into the runner's world, and everything Kim does is with quality. So if you're on tonight, please take notes and don't be shy in asking questions. And Kim, I'm just so proud of you for stepping up and doing this, and I know that I don't think it's anything uncomfortable for you, but I'm just super excited that you're the leader that you are on this team, and I'm super excited for everybody to hear from you. So go for it.
Well, thank you. And I will say that it might not seem like it would be uncomfortable, but yesterday I was having coffee with one of my brand new coaches and really good friends, Heather, and she said that it's really funny because she knows me in person, and she's like, when you're on video, your voice goes up like an octave, and you say like 18 million times. And it's so true. These are the things that I tell about myself. And she's like, and I can tell that means that like you're a little bit nervous. And so so I promise I'm real, and it's not necessarily like super comfortable. I mean, I like to talk, but anyway, so that's the caveat to that. But okay, so what I was going to talk about today, Julie, you know, wanted us to make sure we were talking about the Challenge Tracker app, and I will definitely cover that a little bit and kind of tell you where you can find information about it and stuff. But kind of stemming off of that topic, I really thought that it was important. You know, we've got, like, our teams are growing like crazy, which is really awesome. So everyone that's adding people to their teams or having really great challenge groups or everything, like, congratulations. That is so cool. And I feel like, you know, it's a really great opportunity to talk about the tools that we have at our fingertips as coaches. And so I just kind of want to go through some of the basics and some that, you know, maybe you haven't thought of, or things that I've just recently discovered. And I mean, I've been coaching since June of 2014. So coming up close to 2 years now. And so, you know, we're always learning and growing. So the reason that I think it's also really important is exactly for the reason that I am here speaking today. And that's because, you know, you've got Julie, that's our Mama Bear coach. And we've got, you know, myself and Sarah that are diamonds on her team. And we've got tons of emeralds on our downline and everything. And everyone, you know, we've got all these leaders popping up. And but the truth is that we are all still people who, you know, yes, we're in a leadership position because we're growing our teams, but we also need to be focused on continuing to grow our teams and on working on our own physical fitness and our mental health and all those things. And so I think one of our biggest, most important roles as leaders is to show balance and to be able to show things like the tools that you have at your fingertips and stuff, so that we can continue to learn and to grow and to build our business and support you in building yours, but so that you know where to find those tools and where to go and how to do it without us, you know, holding your hand the whole time. And I think that it's really a good example because, you know, Julie was able to say, like, hey, I need to potentially take, you know, tonight off, and that's going to happen because we're all real people. And this month, I mean, we've got, you know, last month and the last couple months, we've had scheduled trainings that are all team trainings. And this month, it's kind of a little bit of a different speed, and that's because we're all real, and it's, you know, Julie's crazy busy, and it's coming into summertime when everyone's going to get crazy with travel and stuff. And so, anyway, I just wanted to say that that's kind of why this topic came up. And I also think that it's important to say, you know, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. You know, we need to put our own spin on the wheel, but there are so many tools out there that we can just connect into. And so I want to be able to build leaders on our team, and so part of that is knowing where to look and where to go. So I'm going to start with apps. And I'm going to start with the Challenge Tracker app because I know we were supposed to talk about that, so I'm going to. So the reason that we're talking about it is because it's brand new. It just came out a couple months ago. And I know some people have used it. I've kind of dabbled in it a little bit here and there. But it's an app. It's a standalone app that allows us to take our challenge groups and move them off of Facebook. And so there's going to be pros and cons to that. Like, a lot of people are spending tons of time on Facebook, so we're going to connect to them if they're there. And so that's one pro to Facebook. But the problem is that you also get people that, I'm sure you have had them, where they're like, I need a Facebook break. I need to, you know, I need to disconnect. I need to not, you know, be bogged down by social media. And I think that this app could be really helpful for reaching those people, or for reaching people who don't want to do Facebook at all. You know, and maybe you're using other social media like Instagram or something like that, and so you're connecting with people. This would be a way to be able to kind of bridge that and not have to get all the way into Facebook to do a challenge group. So the app is its own standalone thing. It's available on, you know, iPhones and Androids, available everywhere. And that's how people access the groups. But as coaches, we also have access to the online portal, and that's where you're going to set up a group. And so I think that that's been something that's been a little bit confusing to people, because you can go into the App Store and you can download the app, and then it says, you know, you need a code from your coach. You're going, well, but I am a coach. Or do I need to contact my coach to get permission to use it? So here's how it works. You want to download the app because you want to be able to use it, but you need to go to, and I wrote it down just a second, mychallengetrackerportal.com, and I'll put it when I do the recording of this, but you need to go there, and you need to sign in there, and with your coach information, with your email from when you signed up as a coach, and then you'll have this website, and you can set up a group. And what you'll do is you will set up your challenge group. You know, you'll be the leader of it, and you'll put in people's email addresses and all that to be able to send them an invite to it. And then they'll get one of those codes that you were just trying to figure out where you find it, and they'll be able to download the app and sign in. And then when you sign into the app, it will recognize that you have created a challenge group, and you'll be able to see it. And you can also join them. So like I'm going to do one with a bunch of my coaches. I just think it would be good for us to be able to be in there and just, you know, get to know it a little bit and stuff. And so you can join them. You can be in multiple challenge groups at a time. One thing that maybe will be addressed eventually, I think, because it's been brought up a good amount in some of the leadership groups, is that you can only have one designated coach per challenge tracker group. And so if you work with a success partner, or like our team, we do a lot of our challenge groups with our whole coaching team. There's only one person that's technically designated the coach. All that means is that there's only one person that can see like the admin style stuff. Like everyone can still post. You can still announce a whole list of people as the coaches of this challenge group. But only one person is going to be able to really see the guts of the challenge group. And the guts are that you can actually see, you can have people like check off that they've drank their Shakeology. You can have them check off that they've done their workout. And so there's like a summary spot where you can see, like, you know, Julie Campbell has only done 2 workouts so far since we started our challenge group, you know, or has drank her Shakeology 5 times, or the last time she logged that she drank her Shakeology was 3 days ago. There's all this really good information that's just quick. It's right there. You can sort it, so you could do prizes based off of who's, you know, interacting in the group, like all this stuff. So definitely something to dig into. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because honestly, you're going to get a lot more out of it if you actually just get in there and see it yourself. A couple other things that are really cool about it are that you can set up notifications. So I was in one with another coach that is my success partner. And so I would get a notification every single time she posted in there, because she was the coach for the group, which is kind of cool because it, you know, popped up a little post, and, you know, I could use that as a coach and say, hey, just checking in, making sure everyone's, you know, drinking their water. And if people have notifications turned on, they'd get that little reminder. And there's also the ability to upload like PDF files and stuff. So if you wanted to upload a meal plan or any other information, that's available. That's, again, via the portal, not via the app. So the portal, you need to go onto the website. And then finally, they have challenge group guides in there. So those are something that are actually available in the back office that we can all access, but they're also right there in the challenge group portal, the challenge app portal. And so you can, you know, grab post suggestions out of that, and you can, you know, save them and post them. You can also schedule posts, so you don't actually, you know, you wouldn't have to go in every single day. I mean, you could technically go in and schedule a whole challenge group's worth of daily posts, and, you know, it would just kind of run itself. So just a few of the highlights. And the final reason that we're talking about it is because if you're not following him already, Carl Deichler is the CEO of Beachbody, and he likes to reward people and he likes to give away money, and I'm okay with that. And one of the things that he's doing is that this month, any coach that sets up a challenge group that has at least 3 participants in it through the app will be entered to win every single Friday $500. So literally just for having one and being in there and participating in it. He's picking 10 coaches every Friday of May and giving $500 to those people. So $20,000 for the month of May just for using this app. So honestly, like I said, I'm setting one up with my coaches, and that's both because I want to get experience with it, but also why wouldn't I? Like, that would enter me to win $500. Like, it's a no-brainer. So give it a try. You know, get a few people to join your group. You know, maybe it's a coach in here that you connect with on our team. Maybe it's new challengers. You know, they don't have to be doing Beachbody programs to participate in it. It's a free app. So Something definitely to consider. Oh, and your name will be announced on the National Wake Up Call if you're one of the $500 winners. So that's kind of cool. So there's more information about that. I'll post the FAQ number when I post the recording. But that's the app. I'm going to stop there just because we don't need to go into it much more than that, unless you guys have any questions about it. I'm going to pause for a second. I see shaking heads. No. Okay.
I have a question, Kim. Can I ask?
Really? Uh-huh. Go ahead. No, what's your question, Julie?
Oh, I thought you said someone else. Do the 3 people that have to register to be part of the Challenge Tracker app, do they have to buy a challenge pack? Or do they just have to accept your email as a participant and then like sign up with the code on the app or whatever?
No one, I mean, just to use the app, people don't have to buy a challenge pack. And then I literally copied and pasted Carl's announcement about this. And all it says is that, well, first of all, he accidentally quoted $40,000 and that was wrong. But secondly, he said that you need to set up a group with at least 3 people and post your encouragement to keep them going. So no, they don't have to be doing challenge packs or anything like that. So like anyone, I mean, and you can, like, I've done this before when we've had trainings that we're trying out, or whatever, like go to a couple of your close friends and just say, hey, like I'm trying to learn about this new, thing that I can use for my business. Is there any chance that you would be willing to just be in this challenge group and give this a try with me? Like I've had people say, yeah, and, and ask them for feedback, ask them for, what they might expect, or set up a whole challenge group in there and rock it. But I would say set one up, and if you can, set one up tonight and get 3 people in there so that maybe you could win $500 tomorrow. It's Friday. So
heck yeah.
Why not, right?
Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, from what I've seen, it's not, it doesn't have to be just a Beachbody program or anything like that. So, okay, then the next app that I wanted to talk about is one called BB Links, and that one's for iPhone. And then the kind of sister app, I guess, is Coach Codes, and that's on Android. And I had Heather check this out today because I'm not able to see it anymore because I've got an iPhone, but these are really, really powerful apps. And if there are a couple things that you should have on your phone or have ready, this would be one of them, because what it is you put in your coach number. So, your whatever, 423509 or whatever it is, and the app will spit out the links for you to be able to directly send to customers. And I know this came up in one of the groups just recently, and I didn't know the name of the Android app, and I hadn't had a chance to look. But there is one that's very similar to the one that I've been using and that Julie's using on iPhone. And it's not just like to products. Like you can get links for someone to sign up as a coach or to do a free membership or anything. It's so helpful, I think, to send people direct links to exactly what they're telling you that they want to look at. Now they can still click around and they can shop and they can research and all that kind of stuff, but it's a lot easier than saying go to beachbodycoach.com/KimWellsFit and then click on shop and then click on this program, and then if you look, there's a lot of clicks, and every click is a chance to lose that person along the way. So I love making the direct links, and those are 2 apps that I've got on one app that I've got on my phone and that I use on a regular basis. You can also, if you use your computer more, I've got a doc on my computer where I've just created the links, and then I just keep referring back to the links, and I just copy and paste them into a message. So do those kind of things, because every little bit of time that it takes for you to look those things up is going to save you time. I mean, that's time you could be talking to a new person or doing your workout or drinking your Shakeology or laying in the bath. I don't know. And then Coach Mobile, which is not really an app. It's available on your phone. It's available on our website, like our back office. When you click on Coach, you'll see on the left side, you can do the Coach Online Office. You can go to the previous office view. And then there's this thing called Coach Mobile. And it took me a while to try it, but so worth it. It's literally a place where you can put someone's email in, and you can then pick out their challenge pack for them. So you pick out their Shakeology and their program, and you say this is what they want, and you have to click that you have permission to be doing this. And then you click a button and it sends them an email, and it's a filled out cart for them to be able to just click, complete their purchase, and go. I mainly use it when I've got people signing up as coaches, because I don't want them to end up with the wrong program or the wrong Shakeology or all that kind of stuff, and this reduces the number of mistakes that happen. Heather can confirm that it doesn't guarantee mistakes won't happen, because you can get signed up as a coach twice sometimes. It happened yesterday. But I think that it's one of the most foolproof ways to be able to do it. And the cool thing is that it will track them, so you can see like that you've sent this request or this this email, and then you can see if they've started the process or if they've completed it and when they completed it and stuff. So it's a really great way to just be able to do those steps for people. Again, less clicks for them, less confusion for them, and stuff. So the only caveat to that is that you can't sign people up for a challenge pack if they're already a customer of yours. It's weird. I don't know. But again, it's just another tool that you could use and that it helps to have in your pocket and know about. And it's one that I continue to use more and more just because it's super simple. So, and then just regular apps that I use. I know Laura had asked about apps and she's not on here, but I'll give you a couple of the ones that I use. I don't use apps that much, but I use PicStitch for doing my collages, and I've used that on iPhone and I've used that on Android, and it's my favorite. I think on Android I had to pay like a couple bucks so that I can like make it so that it doesn't have the lines in between for collages, because it looks cleaner, it looks nicer, or you can do a thinner line or whatever. But I use PicStitch for my collages. I use PicPlayPost for collages that have video in them. That's again available on both Android and Apple. And then I use Fonto, P-H-O-N-T-O, for putting words onto pictures. Again, available on both Apple and Android. I moved from a Samsung to an iPhone like 2 or 3 months ago, so I kind of just brought all the apps that I really liked to iPhone for the most part. But I really like that one. You put whatever photo you want in there, and then you can just put words on them. It's really clean. It's easy to use. I haven't had any problems with it. But it's literally just for putting words on photos. It's not going to do the collages for you. So, and then Rana Designs is another one. That one's one you have to pay for. You'll see a lot of coaches using it, and you'll know it because, I don't know, everyone uses approximately the same fonts and the same, like, colors and, all of that. Oh man, shoot. 1 second, sorry. My computer apparently is unplugged, which is not a good thing. Oh, okay, pause, I'm sorry. I'm literally crawling around on the floor right now, Julie. You can't see me. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I unplugged an extension cord because I have kids, and I forgot that that's what the computer is plugged into. So those are some that I've used. The final few that I would say is I've used a couple different screencasting and screen recording apps. And this is something more for as you work into leadership stuff, but it could also be for a customer or whatever. But like when you're trying to explain something and I'm saying like, well, then you click here and then you go over here to the left, and I'm always using my fingers and doing this if I'm telling them. You can also use an app or on your computer or on your phone to record your screen. And I've done that before. There's a couple of those kind of trainings in Truths and Trades and in my team group about the back office. And so it's just a great way to be able to show people and so they can visualize the screen. And And then finally, it's not an app, but something that has been really successful for me lately is going live. And I know that this is brand new for Facebook, and you're going to see people doing it all over the place. And luckily we're past like the very first couple days of it, where literally everyone started their live thing as, I'm going to go live for the first time because I just saw that this is available. Like everyone. And I did it too, but it's been a really helpful tool. And I actually streamed a workout live to our challenge group on Friday, I think it was. I was super sick. It was not a smart move. Like if I had thought through it, it would not have been something I would have done. But my purpose for it was just to show people that like we as coaches are real, and we struggle and we drop to our knees in workouts, and I'm getting great results from the program that I'm doing, but that doesn't mean that I'm like doing it from start to finish without feeling like I'm going to die. And so using live and using video just in general has been something that we're seeing really good success in our challenge group doing. And I've used it on my fitness page a good amount now too. So if you haven't tried it already, give it a try. And maybe you don't go live, maybe you create a video, but like make a promise to yourself that you're going to do it in one shot and just do it, record the video, post it. Like that's, Julie can tell you, I am terrible about that. If I have a video that I know I'm recording, I will record it like 10 times. And then I'll get all confused about the words I'm saying, and I'll try to remember which time I said it. Just do it once, record it. That's one of the cool things that about the live is that you can't go back and like start over. I mean, you could, and you'd have to delete it, but like you just go for it. And people want that. And that's the reason that I think it's really been successful when I've used it and when we've used it in our groups, is because people want to see the real us. They don't want to see the, I did up my face and I'm ready to go, and like I'm not trying to offend anyone that does that before they make videos. Like it's nice to look nice, but they also want to see, they want to see your kids on video, and they want to hear your family in the background and realize that you're doing this while also being able to do all these other things that are important in your life. And they want to hear you slip up on saying words, or maybe accidentally swear on camera, because that happens, or flip your husband off in the middle of your workout, because that also happened. Like they want to, see real people. And so I think that that's why it's really been helpful and successful. So I'd challenge you to do that. Okay, I had a lot more, but I'm going to kind of cut it shorter because I talk a lot. But the other couple things that I want to say, and I can make these real quick. There are tons of team pages that you can be in, because we're all on Julie's team, Truths and Trades. And then there's coaches above her, and there's all these team pages that we can be in. And a lot of new coaches either shy away from doing that because they don't want a million notifications or to be overwhelmed. Or like for me, I don't even necessarily suggest it to my new coaches right away, because it can be overwhelming. But I would say if you want to have more information at your fingertips, if you want to see kind of the bigger training groups that are going on and stuff like that, I would recommend being added to Team Alive and Well, which is Stephanie Davies' team. And you can turn off your notifications so that you're not getting blown up with those. But I think that it's really valuable because, first of all, Steph is just awesome. And any video that she posts, I'm watching it. And secondly, you can see the big trainings and stuff like that. And I think that's really important. Even if you're not going to stick, maybe you've got a new coach and there's a new coach training starting up. Maybe you're not going to stick your new coach in there, but I personally go in and participate in those groups, or at least observe, because I want to learn and see what they're doing and what kind of training tips they're giving, so that then when we create our own Truths and Trades trainings, we're not starting from scratch. Like we've got, kind of a base idea of what we're doing. And those things are available. So, like this month when you maybe aren't doing as much Truths and Trades stuff, like you can plug your people into, the glimpse into coaching that Alive and Well is doing, or you know, a new coach basics or a push to Emerald. If you're wanting to go Emerald and we aren't offering that, first of all, let us know and we'll offer it because we want you to go Emerald. But you can also get plugged into like these bigger training groups, and it's a great chance to learn and to meet people. And honestly, the choice is yours, whether you're going to be overwhelmed or whether you're going to just use it as tools that are at your fingertips. And so hopefully you'll just be excited to have all this information at your fingertips. Then the last one that I would say is YouTube. And this is something that I've just recently kind of dived into, I don't even know, whatever. And I think that it's really cool to follow some of the leaders in this team. And I'm meaning like Stephanie Davies and Stephanie Chico and even top coaches like Melanie Mitro and stuff like that. Like if you're following those people, the really cool thing about Beachbody in general is that most of the stuff that people are doing, they're not being secretive about it. Like the top leaders in the company are sharing what they're doing, which is really cool. Like what job do you do where your boss tells you how to do their job or how to earn their job? Like it doesn't really happen. And yet these people are out there and they're helping you learn. And so I found YouTube to be really helpful, whether you're just searching and saying like, I don't know what Emerald is. Let me Google or search on YouTube and say, what is Emerald as a Beachbody coach? You're going to find 18 gazillion videos to be able to watch and understand it. And you can also like subscribe to people's feeds so that then if there are people that you connect with, you'll get a notification if they post a new video, and maybe it's something that you'd be interested in. So that's a good way to get in some personal development too, because that's, you know, business personal development, but great information. And I had been looking at videos on YouTube and stuff like that for a long time, and maybe I'm just totally dense, but I didn't realize there was a way to create playlists. And that's something I've discovered recently. But it's basically a way to like save videos with a theme. So like I create a playlist that's, you know, new coach training. And if I see a video that I really liked that was about new coach training, I'll save it to that playlist. And those playlists can be public so other people can see them, or you can make them private so that it's just so that it's a spot for you to save it all. I've got a playlist that's got all of the Truths and Trades team Zooms on it. So it's, you know, it's just a way to be able to organize yourself and to keep all of those things in one place, so that then you're not saying like, oh, I remember that, you know, Steph Davies posted a video about, you know, time and organization, and oh my gosh, now I have to Google and I have to search and I have to, you know, Steph Davies this, and maybe it was Stephanie Davies. Like, I mean, it's all right there. So use those tools. The final tool that I'm going to tell you about, and then I'm going to lecture you about, is the products and programs that we have and that we represent as coaches. I think that's the #1 tool that we should be focused on. You know, we should be doing a program, or at least have knowledge of the programs. We should be drinking Shakeology every single day. We should be able to speak to those things, because if you're looking to build a business, those are the things that the business is built on. Like, yes, we are here to help people live healthier and, you know, improve their lives, but those are the tools. And why would we try to like reinvent that? And you know, and doing a full program from start to finish. Julie gave you a list of some of the programs that we've done, but Jimmy and I have literally done a bazillion different programs, and we do them from start to finish. And it's because then you've got your results, then you can speak to the whole thing. You can speak to, I'm not liking Max 30. That's what we're doing right now, and I'm not liking that, but I'm speaking to the fact that I made a commitment to do the 8 weeks, and I'm going to do the darn program. Like, so you can address all of those projections that people are going to have by conquering them yourself. So I am all for running or going to the gym, or, you know, dabbling here and there for sure, but I also think that there's really good value in being able to speak to programs. And if you're a commitment phobe like me, do like 21-day fix, because it's 3 weeks, and then you can go back to, you know, sampling here and there and call it good. Like, so that's the final tool that I think is really important, and that I have a hard time when I see coaches going inactive or something like that, because to me that's saying you're not drinking Shakeology, you're potentially not doing programs, you're not challenging yourself. And so if you have any desire to do the business, oh, we're getting a cute little photo bomber. If you have any desire to do the business, you're not doing just like that, those foundational pieces, like showing that these things are necessary or that these things are helpful. So that's all I had. You know, let me just keep that. Let me vomit all over you. But hopefully that was helpful. And yes, if you have any questions, I know we're like at a half an hour, I think now, but I'm totally open for questions.
Kim, you're amazing. Thank you so much I'm just going to step right in here real quick and just say that everything you said had so much value, and kind of going off of the Shakeology program topic, I was just watching some stuff on Shakeology, and I just wanted to tell you guys, I went to Whole Foods and I bought all the ingredients that were in Shakeology because I had a little bit of a brain fart moment, and I wanted to make my own elixirs and tonic drinks at home. And what I realized is that the recipes that I got for these was from someone who didn't know about Shakeology. And I bet you that if she did, she probably wouldn't be spending what she spends on her elixirs and tonics, which, by the way, cost me $348. And these are ingredients that are, in a nutshell, mind-blowing medicines for your body. They do magical things. And you know, the thing is when I first became a coach, I didn't want to talk about Shakeology a whole lot because it was something I did for me and my own personal nutrition, like checklist that I had for myself and my metabolism and my goals. And I didn't want to come across as a salesman. But the truth is this stuff is so good for you, and it's life-changing when it comes to the health and fitness world. And we, you know, get it relatively inexpensive for what is inside of it. This is a quality product that we're able to represent, and we should represent it very proudly. And no matter what, if you aren't a coach or whatever, it's still, this is still something that everybody should be hearing about, and us as coaches should be drinking it, because it's part of it's part of the reason why we signed up, is to get it on a discount, because we do recognize the quality that's inside that bag. So thank you so much for pointing that out, Kim. I think it's huge to kind of lift that whole hesitation of talking about it just because it's $130 for a bag. Who cares? Like, I spent $350 to buy those ingredients at the grocery store, and I have no idea if any of that stuff is going to last on my shelf for more than a couple weeks. So I literally like threw that money away. And nobody needs to do that anymore, because we have this stuff that we should be talking about really proudly. So thank you for mentioning that. And just thank you so much for I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff personally, like that's pretty typical when I talk to you or listen to you talk. So I appreciate that. And also, real quickly, I just want to say that I am in the Columbia River Gorge in Oregon, in Hood River, eating sushi with my family on a work call. How stinking awesome is that? Like, I'm just like, I have goosebumps right now. So I just had to say that out loud.
That's awesome. I want sushi now, so thanks a lot for that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Julia, yes, question. Go for it.
Yes, I have a question.
Go for it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay. So you just mentioned something that I just noticed on my own website or whatever, on Beachbody, and it says that I was inactive, and I was like, okay, well, that must be because I didn't sell anything for like the first few months, and but I do have Shakeology coming in every month, so I don't know what's going on with that. Is that because I am not selling much that I became inactive, or should my own Shakeology be keeping me active?
It should be keeping you active. Activity, like being an active coach, is all about volume. And so if you by any chance had, like, the top reasons that I have for coaches that go inactive are either people who have turned off their home direct, which I totally get that. Like, you know, it's potentially you end up with a lot extra or something like that. Like, first of all, just change the packets and then sell them, or, you know, whatever it might be, or change to something else. But I get it. People turn off their Shakeology and then they forget often that they've turned off their Shakeology, and then they're starting to go inactive. So that's the number one reason. The second reason is returns, because returns that go through your account will deduct the volume from those sales. And so I'll end up seeing that with my coaches. And sometimes, so like, and I'm not going to get into it too much because it's a long topic, but I will say that if it's something like that, if it's a return or a or something that was kind of outside of your control, there's a way to be able to get guaranteed active is what they call it, and they fix your volume because you're on Shakeology Home Direct, and so you should be fine, but you had a return, or you had, you know, something like that. So there are situations like that. I do it all the time with coach relations, where we can get that fixed. So I'm not exactly sure. I wouldn't be, unless I like could look back in and see, you know, why yours would be connected. But it's all about, really loud. It's all about volume. And so if you see that happen, like, just reach out to your upline. I know that, like, right now my team is still small-ish enough that I try to keep an eye on, you know, which coaches are potentially going inactive, because we get a little bit of a warning in our back office. We'll see, when you have a team, you'll see that, like, if one of your coaches is set to go inactive the next week, it'll it'll turn red in the back office, and it'll say, you've got one coach projected to go inactive, and you can look and see who it is, and you can look into their orders and stuff. So, like, I personally still look and do that, both because I want to see what's going on, and I want to make sure they're not getting totally hosed, because it does happen. Like, there's situations where things just come up and they're weird. Elizabeth's laughing because it's happened. It's happened with a lot of my coaches. It does. And now I'm an expert on being able to figure out why people are going inactive and to be able to tell coach relations. And then, but so I'll look back and check that, and also because it affects my rank, honestly. And as you grow your team and stuff, it's just something that you'd want to do to protect your rank, your income, all that kind of stuff. Yes, like, to me, I get worried that people are giving up on themselves or on their programs or on their health, because, again, lots of times it's because people have turned off their home direct, or they're not, you know, doing workout programs or whatever. So yeah, if you notice that that's happening, reach out, and whether it's your direct upline or if they're not quite sure, you know, we can always, like, do little screenshots and be able to look and help you kind of figure out what's going on. But definitely. And being an inactive coach, the biggest downside that I'll say to it is that if you're Emerald, you lose all of your accumulated volume, which is basically like burning money. And that might not make sense to everyone on here because you might not already be Emerald, or you might not know what that means. But basically, if you go inactive, once you've hit Emerald, you're burning money. Ask Julie, she's done it. And then the other thing about it is that if you had a coach sign up, instead of getting commission when a coach signs up, like with the challenge pack, it comes in as a fast start bonus. And that last word right there, the bonus part, is the important part, because if you're an inactive coach, you don't get bonuses. So if you are an inactive coach and then you have someone sign up with a challenge pack, you just burned more money. Like, you just lost that 40 or 50 or whatever it is dollars that should have been your commission, your bonus. And so it's something definitely to keep an eye on and to check in on. And that's what we're here to help with and to help you learn. I promise you, once you've looked at it and questioned it like a dozen times, you might kind of start to feel comfortable about it. I have a lot. And so that's the only reason that I'm, like, comfortable with it, because, I mean, I'm constantly trying to research and figure out and help people fix the little snafus that come up. So, but yeah. Other questions?
I've got one.
Oh, Emily, go for it, man.
It's kind of in the same realm.
Okay.
Was trying to figure out my online thing, so I just pulled it up so I could actually say the correct words. But I'm looking at like my earnings statement or my weekly commissions, and it says commission BP and then commissions in currency, and most of them are the same. So like $54 here, $54 here. But I recently got one that is, we'll just say numbers, but it's 134. And then on the other side, it says 0. And so I don't really know.
Is it your most recent one? This week? That's because when you're looking at it via commissions, that's what you earned. That's when you earned it. So it basically like populated. So today's Thursday, it's payday, and our weekend just ended on Wednesday. So the one that was for the week that just ended yesterday is going to show up as $134 or whatever it is. The 0 over that's next to it is because it hasn't actually been paid out as a check yet. Because we're on a week delay. So the work week, our work week is Thursday to Wednesday.
Got it.
Then we get a week to wait to be paid for that week's worth of pay. And so that's why. So it should match up next week. I've heard of like little situations where they don't end up matching up. I haven't dealt with that, so I'm not exactly sure on those. But that's probably why. It's because you're looking at it and it's literally what did you make last week, which will be paid to you next Thursday.
Okay.
So the earnings, like if you go in and instead of going to commissions, if you go to earnings, which is I think the next drop down from there, that's where you're going to see what your paychecks are for the weeks. So like next week it'll show the 134. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And then with the fast start bonus, I got one week ago, which I think is the one that showed up, and then one happened like super late last night. So how long does it usually take those things to show up? Just to show up? Is it like a couple days?
It's getting quicker. It used to be that like you wouldn't see new customers or new challenge pack sales or anything like that pop up in your back office for like, it was usually about 24 hours. And you'd see them in the previous office view, which is like the old school office that you can like look at and kind of laugh and think like, if we were actually having to work off of this, how sad would that be? But you can see those like immediately. But all the stuff in the normal back office, it can take up to like 24 hours. I know last night there was a post in the coach breaking news in your back office that said that the whole website was going to be down from 9 p.m. So literally like as soon as the week ended, it was down from 9 p.m. till 12 a.m. They were doing maintenance on the website. So that might have delayed things as well. But if they bought before 9 p.m. Pacific time or 12 a.m. Eastern time, then that should be on the paycheck that, or the weekend that just closed, and would be on the paycheck that's paid out next week. So you should see that
the next one because it was like 11:30 at night.
Yeah. So it'll be on next week's because it's for us for Pacific time. The cutoff's 9 o'clock p.m. It's 12 a.m. on East Coast is the end of the week, the end of the pay period. So
that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other? Can you tell? There's new people on here, and there's people that don't necessarily know me, but a couple of people already can realize that I'm totally a numbers nerd because I think it's hilarious that like the couple questions have been like about back office stuff and numbers, and I like it. So, boy, Julie and I get along because she's like, "Let me love you," and I'm like, "Give me the numbers."
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I just went Emerald. Will it notify me if I get a cycle bonus, or will I just have to check my pay every week to see it? Does it pop up somewhere?
No, I wish it like had streamers or something and said like, "Hey, congratulations, you got a cycle bonus." No, it will just be so where Emily was talking about, where you can look at your commissions. You can go in the back office and go to my commissions. If you see the number, so we're going to go with 134. If you see that number, you can click on it. And then it'll get you the breakdown of where that income came from. it's actually kind of cool because like I think it's a really powerful tool because as you start to build a team, you'll see the value in building a team. Because, for example, me personally, last week I had 0 retail sales, like $0. Like my paycheck, if I looked at it and looked at the breakdown, there was 0 retail dollars. But I had a lot of cycle bonuses. I had a few fast start bonuses, like that kind of stuff. So it's cool because you can see that breakdown and you can actually then click on that and see who you got the fast start bonus on, or you can see your cycle bonuses and see them broken down based off of the day and the volume and all that kind of stuff. So just keep clicking and you'll get more and more information about it. But no, there's no like notification that, hey, you got a bonus. It just shows up in your paycheck, which is cool.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Anything else? Oh my gosh, it's almost 7 o'clock. That's why there's a bath running upstairs now. It's bath night. But no? Okay. Well, I very much appreciate you guys getting on tonight.
Hey, Kim, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, sorry, just 2 things really quickly. When it comes to asking Team Beachbody for guaranteed active status, the coach who needs it is the one who has to request it. Their upline cannot request it for them. I just ran into this issue last week. And I've actually escalated this because I think that it's a silly thing that they have this FAQ in place to guarantee active status for when this happens, but they don't automatically do the job on their end. The coach has to call and ask. So just in case that happens, get Team Beachbody on the phone yourself and ask for guaranteed active status. And the other thing that I was going to mention is a lot of times we will get notification as an upline coach for when our team is hitting recognition milestones, like success starters, obviously rank advancements, when they go up the leadership ladder, which is a new feature that Beachbody does. But so sometimes the upline coach will get a notification ahead of time when someone gets, I've gotten fast start bonus, but it was because they were also success starters. So it's, sometimes you get surprised with great emails like that. So just, if something happens and we said that, no, you don't get notification and you do, sometimes it's just a rare, thing that happens with Beachbody where they will do that. Yeah, sorry.
No, totally. I think, and it's interesting because, and you'll run into this, everyone will run into this when they get on Coach Relations, and you'll see plenty of people complaining about Coach Relations or whatever. It is what it is. It's customer service. Like, who's been on a customer service phone call that like has actually gone as they expected and like solved the problem in like 10 seconds? No, it doesn't happen like anywhere. And Coach Relations is no different than that. But honestly, at this point, I've contacted them so many times for myself, for my coaches, that like, I swear if it's like, oh, someone's, going inactive, I've got like this script in my head that I'm already like, here's what I need to tell them, here's how I say it, and bam, it's done, it's taken care of. And so like, don't feel like you have to go into that and get frustrated. I know Catherine had to deal with Coach Relations recently, and I said that, like, I'm like, don't, I know it's overwhelming, and we want people to take them on themselves to do these things and to, learn and grow and all that kind of stuff. But like, also reach out, because that kind of stuff, like the guaranteed active or the volume issues, or, getting 2 shipments of Shakeology in 1 month, or, whatever it might be, like reach out so that we just know that it's going on and we can help out if needed or as needed, and stuff, because I'm a pushy person and I will make stuff happen for my coaches, and I'm sure that even the really sweet ones will also make it happen for their coaches. So just, reach out. You don't have to know it all, and it's awesome if you look and you try to figure it out on your own, and I know that we all appreciate that, but also know that we're here and we just need you to tell us that you need our help. we can't read your mind. And so if something's going on, whether it's in your challenge group or whether it's with relations or your business or whatever it might be, or your just personal life, like we're not going to be able to know that. So let us know and we're here to help. And not even just our downline. Like I would help any of you guys try to figure out volume things or coach placement or, what the heck is active or, anything. So we're here. And so we're one of the tools for you as well. Ta-da! Anyway, I think that's probably good unless there's like some really crazy question that needs to happen. But otherwise, I'm going to, of course, post the recording and you guys can comment on there with questions or message me, or we can, I don't know. I am a numbers person, so if you have numbers questions, I am not an expert, but I like that stuff. I like the placement stuff. I like the strategy stuff. So I'll put it out there and say that I learn every time I talk about it and every time I kind of look at it in a different way. And so I'll be selfish and say, yeah, talk to me about it so I can learn too. But anyway, happy Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Yay! And thanks for getting on here. I see happy dances out there for Friday. Yay! Thanks, Julie, for being on even while drinking. Or I mean, not drinking. Maybe you're drinking even while eating, even while eating sushi. And yeah, thanks for listening to my rambles. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.